So in today's video, I'm going to be revealing the 4 starting diets that restore skin health 100% naturally. I'll be teaching you how to customize each one of the diets based on the proven biomarker system that we use with my clients so that you can clearly identify your trigger foods holding you back and your staple foods that will heal you and fully restore your skin and never have flare-ups again. So for those of you who are new to this channel, this is the way I looked 12 years ago. I've had healthy skin for 12 years. Previous to that, I was an absolute mess. Customizing the diet is the most important aspect of what's allowed me to stay skin healthy for all of these years. The diet lays the foundation for the healing down. If you don't do the diet right, it's impossible, literally impossible to fully heal your skin. I've worked with over 3,000 clients, and every single one of them who heals their skin focuses on customizing the diet. Knowing your staple foods and knowing your trigger foods is of the utmost importance and will make healing and staying the course with your diet extraordinarily clear and easy. Without fully customizing your diet, the trigger foods will always hold you back from healing your skin. No matter how much cleansing you do, how many medications you take, how many special ointments you do, how much sauna you do, how much red light therapy you do, how much meditation and nervous system reset, if you're eating trigger foods, you will never heal. So I just want to let you guys know this is a long and ultra detailed video. Feel free to pause the video. Feel free to take notes. Feel free to take screenshots. Leave your questions and comments down below. All of this comes from the course that I teach, the online course with over 800 students in it. And to be honest with you guys, that course is surprisingly affordable for what you get. If you'd like to check that out, it's in the description box.
Being consistent is key, and mastering the system allows the consistency to be super, super easy. So one of the things that we'll be doing is journaling biomarkers. The biomarkers are really important. You have to measure and track things to see if they are working or not. We will use biomarkers, which are things like sleep, digestion, libido, your daily energy and mood, to measure and tweak all 3 pillars for you. Another thing that stands out with my system is that it's not a copy paste one size fits all diet. Everyone's diet who heals is different and customized. Whether you're more plant-based or more animal-based, it doesn't really matter. You do you, but you have to customize your dietary approach to fit your needs based on your biomarkers. The system that helps create your personalized diet, cleansing schedule, and movement habits is all in there. We'll talk in detail about what biomarkers are and how you can track and journal them shortly. Doing a 90-day based diet. For the first 90 days, we reset the gut biome by following a relatively strict diet. Let's call this base diet. It consists of low inflammatory and nutrient dense foods. These foods will become your staple for life, most likely. You have 4 options of the base diet. More on that later. Choose one and stick to it for the next 90 days. Remember, this is just your starting place. This is where you start. We're starting with a minimalized diet that takes away the trigger foods and focuses on the foods that can heal us, the safest, best foods. Then you can customize and test foods and build your diet out as we go, which I'll explain in this doc. The diet customization process starts after about 30 days. We will test our macros and our calorie intake, and after a 90-day mark, we will begin testing various foods and food groups. Usually takes around 6 months from day 1, but it might take a little longer. For some people, it actually takes a little shorter. That's the whole process. Now let's talk about the biomarkers. So your biomarkers, understanding biomarkers, tracking them, and using the data is the foundation of the eczema healing method. If you're not tracking your biomarkers, you're not getting the information from your body that you need to make the right decisions with your diet, your cleansing, and your lifestyle. Biomarkers are what you need to fix your skin. In complicated scientific terms, biomarkers are molecules found in the blood and the body's fluids that are used to measure what's happening in the cells in response to the treatment. We don't have to look at the blood to do that, though. What I mean when I say biomarkers is simply the body's regular functions that can be measured. These change from day to day and week to week, depending on your diet and lifestyle. They can be leveraged. They can be manipulated. They can be changed with the right approach. So here's some of the biomarkers that you're going to want to pay attention to: sleep quality, sex drive, digestion and daily poop, body weight, body fat, bloating and gas, and how much it smells, strength, stamina, endurance, overall energy levels, mental focus, mood, creativity, articulation while expressing yourself, and zest for life. If your body is healthy, all these biomarkers will be at their best. This is how you judge if your diet and interventions are actually working or not. Plus, you learn to be more aware and sensitive to the body's signals. That is one of the keys to healing long term, is asking the body what it needs and actually being able to read it. Testing foods and food groups using your biomarkers is a skill you will benefit from for the rest of your life. I still use the biomarker system today. Every time I iterate my diet, every time I do experimentations, and I know with black and white regularity that I am doing the right thing. Your skin health will always follow your biomarkers. How to journal your biomarkers. There is no fast rule or to track your biomarkers, but you need to do it in a thorough, way throughout the healing process. You can just give all the biomarkers above a score of 1 to 10 and write a short comment, or you can go into a detail with each using a spreadsheet. For example, I slept through the night and felt refreshed in the morning, or my poop was running and I didn't feel empty and cleaned out after. Or something like today's workout felt great and I had consistent energy throughout. Super straightforward. Make a separate notebook and write it all down, or dedicate a folder to it. This in your notes or an app on your phone, something like that. Some people will also do a proper spreadsheet. If that's you, more power to you. For me, I just journaled, 2 to 3 times a week in a book, a little journal book. This must be done daily for at least 3 to 5 times a week, at least for the first 2 to 3 months. Pretty important, because you have to have data to look back on, and you have to have actual data to make the right decisions based on when you're moving forward, customizing. So here's a note. Although when you start your new diet, your biomarkers will be all over the place for a couple of weeks to a month, it's still great to journal them, just to get into the habit of doing it and to notice what they're doing. So in month 1, you're going to be setting a baseline. So don't expect your biomarkers to be amazing in month 1. Okay, step 1 is resetting your body with a base diet. I start with the most important aspect of healing process, and that is the foods you eat and the foods you stop eating. My biomarker dedicated diet customization process is the cornerstone of my skin healing system. It needs 100% focus, and you cannot skip out on this or any of the certain steps that go with it. Your diet is the number one contributor to your health or lack of it. When you begin your skin healing process, your diet should be based on the following principles: least inflammatory foods, the easiest to digest foods, whole foods, nothing that comes in a box with ingredients list. Still a lot of options, so it's easy to stick to and provides the body with the whole spectrum of nutrients. We will introduce all other foods later. We must begin with the most basic and nutrient dense ones. You have 4 diets to choose from, because not everyone can eat the same foods or wants to. But before I get into the 4 diets that you want to start with, let me quickly tell you how to keep track of your diet. Keeping track of the diet. Here we go. When you begin the diet protocol, it's important to keep track of your diet. I think the best and easily used tool is Chronometer. It's an application on their website, or by downloading it on their app from the App Store. Chronometer is awesome. I've used it to track calories and macros and nutrients. Alternative options are MyFitnessPal and or a calorie tracker. Everything works good. You just want to have a general idea of how many calories you're eating, where your protein's at, and then have something to look back on, like your biomarkers. The primary things we are tracking are macros and calories. Macros, in short, for macronutrients, which is a term for 3 main nutrients your body needs to run. These are carbohydrates, fat, and protein. Calories are measurement of how energy and food gives to your body its energy. You can calculate how many calories your body needs in a day with a simple online calculator, something like a calorie calculator. You may not even need to do that, though. Now let's talk about the diets. The 4 base diets are this. When we start with the new protocol, we wipe the slate clean and start with any of the following 4 diets: high-fat animal-based carnivore diet, fruit and meat diet, ancestral or primal diet, and plant-based high-fat protein-based high carb rather. Diet 1, high-fat animal-based carnivore diet. The diet contains the least inflammatory foods of all 4 diets, because good quality meat doesn't contain any trigger ingredients such as gluten, sugar, or seed oils, or plant toxins or oxalates or anything like that. Rules: fat should be above 60% of your total caloric intake. Protein is unlimited. Carbs are almost zero, as the foods allowed don't have them. Foods allowed: Grass-fed butter, pasture-raised chicken, pasture-raised eggs, pasture-raised pork, organ meats, bone broth, wild-caught fish, grass-fed butter and ghee, tallow, suet, duck. And you can have basically any ruminant animals during this time. Quality of food is more important than quantity, but you do want to make sure that you're eating enough every single day and not under eating. The diet can also be combined with OMAD or an integrated intermittent fasting with this protocol. Diet number 2 is the fruit and meat diet. This is a very popular one because it's super easy and effective. It gives you a lot of variety and options. In this diet, we will eat a high quality animal foods in the diet, the same as diet 1, but add small variety of fruit and honey for those who really need it or want it. I suggest in the beginning, though, doing the fruit first without the honey. This diet is very easy to sustain, delicious, and provides your body with healthy source of carbs. Here's the rules. Carbs are limited to 150 grams or less per day. Unlimited protein, unlimited fat. Foods allowed, all foods in diet 1, raw organic honey, high quality maple syrup, apples, berries, oranges, mangoes, and pears. You do want to make sure you are not going crazy with the maple syrup and the honey, though. So here's the ancestral diet number 3. The diet is similar to the fruit and meat diet with addition of other varieties of fruit, low glycemic vegetables, and some healthy oils. Low glycemic means the foods won't spike your blood glucose level that much. Here's the rules. Carbs are limited to 150 grams or less every day. It's an unlimited protein, unlimited fat. Foods allowed. All the foods in diet 1 and 2, bananas, pumpkin, squash, cucumbers, avocado, celery, lettuce, all varieties, okra, zucchini, turnips, bok choy, carrots, endives, asparagus, artichokes, mushrooms, olive oil, avocado oil, MCT oil. Important, oil should be small amounts and raw, never cooked. You can use a little bit of MCT or avocado oil to cook on low heat. Diet 4, plant-based, high fat, or plant-based, high carb. Although this diet is plant-based, I do not advocate a fully vegan diet. I've been on one for many years, 8 years to be exact, and I've worked with thousands of people trying to be vegan. It is the most challenging diet that you can try to use to heal your skin. I'm just going to say that from the get-go and be honest. And the diet consists of fruits, veggies, and starches. And being a vegan is not a must for you, then add small amounts of well-chosen animal foods like butter, ghee, organ meats, beef, once or twice every single week, or as much as you can tolerate. Plant-based high carb rules. Fat is less than 30% of your caloric intake per day, unlimited carbs, unlimited protein. Here's the plant-based high fat rules. Up to 100 grams of carbs per day, unlimited fat, unlimited protein. Foods allowed, oils like MCT, avocado, olive, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, squash varieties will be a staple, all types of fruit. Here's the drinks allowed: water, sparkling water, bone broth, green tea, chamomile tea, turmeric lemonade, and lemon water. Celery juice is something that works okay. It's one that you really do want to test later on. Coffee is strictly not allowed. Obviously, no plant milks. Herbs and spices. I understand we cannot eat bland meats and veggies all day, but most sauces and condiments are seed oil based and extraordinarily inflammatory. Here's a list of the herbs and spices allowed in the 90-day base diet: salt, black pepper, cinnamon, cilantro, basil, fresh thyme, fresh mint, stevia as a sweetener. Sourcing quality food is super important. If you can get your fruits and vegetables local and organic, that's best. All meats have to be hormone-free, antibiotic-free, nitrate-free, and shouldn't have any added ingredients. Grass-fed, grass-finished red meat and dairy is ideal. Wild-caught fish is always best. Eggs have to be pasture-raised. You can't have traditional eggs. They don't have the right omega balance and nutrients. These 4 diets are not your end goal. This is how you begin the healing process. We want to keep our diets extremely basic for the first 90 days. Choose one of the 4, mix and match foods and spices to create tasty meals. You still have a ton of options and flavors. After the 90 days, you'll start introducing and testing all the rest of the foods until you have a very normal, varied looking diet. Keep your home stacked with the foods allowed so you don't cheat when you're hungry, stressed, or anxious. How to choose the best diet for you. So we don't have to overcomplicate this because we're not sticking with this diet forever. It's just a starting point. Pick the diet that has the foods you find the most tasty that you think you can stick with. That's the simplest way to do it. Think about all the different diets you've tried in the past. What diet/foods did you feel good and best on when your body? Which ones did you enjoy the most? Do you enjoy meats and fats a lot? Do you always crave fruits and sweets? Don't overthink this step. This is just the beginning. You will end up customizing the diet fully anyway.
All right, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. Leave your comments and questions down below. And all of this information and more is covered in detail. If you click on the links in the description box, they will take you to my online course, which is scarily, surprisingly affordable. It will shock you how cheap it is, especially based on results like this.